I don't think I can ask for a better hand than this in round one. We have a map, we have 2 out of 3 colors, and that'll get us the third, and that'll let us play everything in our hand. Yep, that's... looks like what we want to do. There's a pretty big disadvantage now, I think, to doing these 5-color decks in that when you're playing against leagues... Oh, that's really nice. And now we can have all 4 colors if we really want. The disadvantage, though, is that, of course, you don't get to throw off everybody else's draft that you're playing against. Because a lot of the time, if you do this, and you're playing in, like, real life, you're playing pods, so you're playing against the 8 other people that you're drafting against, the 7 other people that you're drafting against, then their decks are going to look kind of like a mess, because you'll have sent some very weird signals, and that's the advantage. That's not so present here. I'm going to wait on cracking the map, because it'll actually count as improvised for the Maverick Thopterist anyways, make it a little bit cheaper. And I don't know what color I need yet, or if I do need a color, really. Let's go Foundry Inspector. Next turn, probably play the Maverick Thopterist, as long as this Foundry Inspector lives. I could also just go for Bastion Mastodon. Either way is pretty reasonable. Because I can just sacrifice this, and of course, Foundry Inspector makes it slightly cheaper. Ooh, well, we drew the nut. I imagine that our opponent is just like, wait, what? I know I would be. I'd be very confused as to what's going on. I'm going to attack with the Inspector, because I doubt that they'll trade. Yep. And then we can just play Thopterist and start attacking after that. Next turn we can crack for Bastion Mastodon to get online. Or we can ice over this Sweatworks Brawler. Either way looks pretty good to me. Lathnu Sailback. Sure. So attack with the Thopters. Play Watchful Automaton and Ice Over, or just Defiant Salvager Ice Over, I guess. Slightly better for our mana, because this only costs 2, this only costs 4. Next turn we can actually play both after cracking the map, as long as the Foundry Inspector survives, which I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of the Menace. Play the Salvager, attack with the Thopters. Opponent can attack in with the Lathnu, but I think we're okay with that. I've got a fair bit of damage to crack back with. We'll see how they go. It really depends on what they have here, obviously. If they have like a Cowl Prowler, it's going to be hard for me to get in. Shock that. Alright. Darn. Kind of happy that the Shock went for the Defiant Salvager, though, and not the Foundry Inspector. Oh. Okay. That would be why that happened. That'd be why that thing happened the way it do. Oh, boy. That's not good for us at all. I can go Night Market Guard and Watchful Automaton. Trade Guard and Thopter for that. Or I can just play Bastion Mastodon. Offer to trade that way. I guess that's better. Kind of. Keep attacking with the Thopter. And I think we're just going to sacrifice... Oh. Yeah, I want to not draw any more land. Do we need double costs for anything? No. We do need blue for the Scry on this, so that's an extra blue that we might want to have. Alright, I'll take an island. Pass the turn. There's no reason to bother getting a plane. Just to activate Bastion Mastodon. Doesn't do anything on the back on the defense here. Well, Destructive Tampering is also pretty nasty. They had a lot of removal. Let's go Night Market Guard, Watchful Automaton. And it will be stable. Not good, but stable. Opponent has no cards in hand, so I think this is fine. That monstrous onslaught was pretty solid. If they attack in, I can block Night Market and Thopter here, Watchful here. So we've got good trades. We can just trade off our boards. And then if our opponent's not attacking us, then I get scries. If they do attack us and they don't have anything, I get this down and I can start scrying. So we should be able to claw our way back into this game. It's certainly possible. We're down, but we're not out. Not by any means. I really wish we'd gotten more bombs. Something like Tezzeret would be nice, though. Uh-oh. Playing costs immediately? Oh. Yeah, alright. I mean, there's only so much we can do when our opponent draws that. That's sick. That was a really, really good top deck. Trade that off. Play the Automaton, I guess. Chump with the Thopter for a turn and hope to draw something pretty good. Opponent drew something pretty good. Maybe it's our turn. See what happens. Love it if they hit a land like we did. Yep. Oh no. Oh wow. Oh, a Trampler. That's another good top deck for our opponent. Narnum Cobra, not so good for us. I'm likely to hit a land. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. I could technically live, but it's just really not worth it. I could have scryed at the beginning of upkeep, but I was just worried that I wouldn't have enough mana to actually play anything else that was useful. Well, that sucked. The end of that game was a little anticlimactic. I was thinking we could claw our way back in, but that Prey Upon was just a very solid top deck. I don't have any great changes to make, I don't think. Could maybe put in a Demolish or something as a sideboard option at some point, but against this opponent, that doesn't seem like a good idea. So I'm going to send it back, and we'll try and win the next round. Opponent knows that we have a lot of artifacts, so they're going to sideboard appropriately for that. They already have the Destructive Tampering main. They've got a lot of removal. They had the Monstrous Onslaught, Destructive Tampering, Shock, and then they top deck that Prey Upon. So I'm going to have some issues if there's more removal in their deck. Hopefully they just drew the majority of it, and we won't see that much this game. Because I don't think that I can beat that kind of removal. That's just a ton of good stuff. Ice Over, Hungry Flames, and Chandra's Revolution are fine, but certainly not on the level of what we saw. I mean, Hungry Flames and Chandra's Revolution are very good. Ice Over is pretty bad. And, I mean, 3 removal spells, our opponent played more than that just last game. We have only 3 in our entire deck. Slight disadvantage there. Definitely play first, and hope that we get a really good draw. Yeah, a bit awkward. We have the map to fix one color, but I have both Hidden Stockpile and Hungry Flames that I need to play. So that's slightly awkward, and I just played the island and not the swamp. That makes it slightly easier for what we're playing first. I mean, probably go for Cogworker's Puzzle Knot anyways before I go for Hidden Stockpile, just because I don't know which color of mana I want yet. I can wait a turn to crack that, and I think that's reasonable. I'm thinking that I actually go for the Plains, because this will help us scry down to where I can get more mana. And on top of that, there's also the really big advantage of there not being a lot of Plains in the deck, there being a fair number of mountains here. Okay, well there we go. Could just Hungry Flames that out of the way. Attack with the Servo. Yep, I think that is the way to do this. I always think for some reason that Hungry Flames is 2 damage or 3 damage to target creature and 2 to that controller, but you can split the damage up, so I'm always worried that I'm going to, like, misclick and target myself at some point, because I just expect it to automatically do the damage to my opponent. Lathnu Hellion. That is a good card. The advantage here is that they'll have to sacrifice it next turn unless they have more energy. Disadvantage is, if they're doing that, they probably have more energy. Could ice over it, but that's not amazing. I'm going to go for the plains here, and honestly, I think that we just race. Fleetwheel Cruiser is kind of the nut. We get to attack for 6, so we're winning this race on our opponent currently. They've got to find a way to keep paying for the cost on that, and I can even just ice over it next turn if they actually get enough. Use more energy. And Fleetwheel Cruiser is a big game. Harness Lightning are 1/1. Yeah, that is a good sign. If our opponent has to do that, I'm feeling like we're in okay shape. Spire of Industry. Kind of like Hidden Stockpile. Yeah, I don't need to ice over that. I mean, it sucks that they still have it, but I'll deal with that. And I think we go Spire, play the Stockpile, and then sacrifice the Cogworkers. So then we'll trigger the Stockpile and get another 1/1. Might want to chump block here. I could crew the Fleetwheel Cruiser and trade, but that's super awkward. Wow, that's so horrible. I mean, our opponent's just going to attack in anyways, because the Lathnu Hellion's already dead. If they get a free Fleetwheel Cruiser out of it, they're happy. Oh! What? That is unexpected. I really didn't think my opponent would do that. Why? Why would they let us... Huh. Alright, I mean, I suppose I should be happy. That doesn't make any sense, though. Because I can't crew Fleetwheel Cruiser this turn, and they want to trade with it. Like, I don't understand that. They're losing Lathnu Hellion anyways. Picking up a free Fleetwheel Cruiser seems like the way to go. Alright. Won't complain for free gifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have more than enough to play Fen Hauler. I'm going to play the land because I can play Fen Hauler. I could attack the Fleetwheel Cruiser and sacrifice the servo. Or I could just wait, sacrifice the servo, and pass. Protect our life total. Kind of like this. I don't mind being aggressive here. If they attack us back, I get to ice over. Hopefully they don't have enough power that they can kill us here. Definitely bottom land. Get another servo. Sucks that I can't chump the Outland Boar. Let's see what our opponent does here. They've been pretty choked up on mana, which has been to our advantage for sure. Brazen Scourge. They can't attack... Okay, I was going to say, they can't attack in with both without fear of dying, though. Wouldn't think. Yeah, just Outland Boar. Nope. Wow. That is very aggressive. Because now we get any creature like this one, and we just straight up win. Nice. That's pretty good. Feel like our opponent didn't need to lose that right away. And they were in bad shape, but seemed like an awkward way to play that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that they just had to hope that we didn't have it. More that I think about it, that was actually a fine play from our opponent. The reason being that if we have the creature, then we just kill them, sure. But if we don't have the creature, we attack with the Fen Hauler. They can't really just not block, so what do? They double block? I mean, I guess, well, I don't know. Maybe it was fine to leave it back. Yeah, it's an awkward position, because I'm crewing the Fleet Wheel Cruiser again. They trade it for here, they take 1 damage. They're stuck Fen Hauler versus Brazen Scourge, which is super awkward for them. Not sure that there's a good way to get out of that. They might have just thought that the best out was to be as aggressive as possible, hope we don't have the creature, and then they can just win on the next turn. Tough one. Tough situation for our opponent to be in. I think I would have played that more conservatively, but I can see where their line of thought went to just attack as much as possible. And again, no good sideboard, just gonna jam. Opponent has already figured out their sideboarding, and ooh. Well, this looks like an actual deck. I will keep it. Anytime that our deck looks like it actually is functioning, I should probably be keeping those hands. Red just on time. Ooh, Voltaic Brawler is not a card that I wanted to see. Maybe we can get a mountain and just kill that. It'd be very, very nice to be able to get rid of that. That's super aggressive early on, and I can't deal with the early aggression. Like Brazen Scourge. Oh. Well, I will definitely block Brazen Scourge and gain extra life for free. If they attack with just this, I can't block it. I'm all tapped out. Like, there's no way that I have anything. And I can just gain an extra life off of this. I block it for free. They're tapped out as well. Doesn't quite make sense. Let's go Hidden Stockpile Renegade map. Next turn we can crack the map to get a mountain. And also to be able to get the token off of the Hidden Stockpile, which is kind of cool because we get the Revolt trigger. That seems like a really weird attack with the Brazen Scourge. They might be doing it again here, just to, like, they might have done it the first time to try and entice us to keep blocking. Nope, okay, they just made a mistake. I was thinking that it's not a bad idea if you've got, like, Shock in hand to just run it in there and act like you have nothing. Like, oh, no, I'm, you know, not realizing what I'm supposed to be doing. Guess I shouldn't have attacked that. And make it seem like that was a bad play when it's actually what you wanted all along. If that makes sense, like, you just want us to block every single turn afterwards because you know you have the answer in hand. You have the shock for the next turn, you just get us. Makes us not question blocking. Alright, let's sacrifice the Renegade map, get a mountain. Tap down the forest, probably kill... I don't know. Aether Stream Leopard is annoying with the energy. It was a 4-3. I mean, they're both 4-3 tramplers either way. So one or the other is going to be able to get through. I could ice over the Brawler and play the Implement this turn. And then next turn, Chandra's Revolution that. I like stopping them from having mana, though. So I guess that it's just this. I think that it's the Brawler because without energy, it's got more power. And I think that's important. Hidden Stockpile plus Contraband Kingpin is a pretty sweet combo, by the way. Do we want Metal Spinners? Next turn I've got 5. Play Metal Spinners and Implement, or just Implement and Ice over, sacrifice the Implement. I don't think I want Metal Spinners, but drawing an extra card isn't awful. This is an interesting choice. I think I'll keep it. Triggers the Revolt on the Hidden Stockpile too at some point. Yep. Make it a 4-3. I have to take 4 one more time. But now they're out of energy. And that doesn't do them any favors. Let's ice over this. Play the implement. Scry again. This is going very well. Ooh, okay, that's sick. That's very, very good for us. And more Revolt triggers for the hidden stockpile is awesome. Oval Chase can take over this game. Very happy to see that. Keep scrying. Don't need the land. I'll put that on the bottom. I've got more than enough improvise to play Fen Hauler. Decent chance that we draw another land here anyways. Good thing we have Oval Chase Daredevil. Oval Chase plus Hidden Stockpile is really silly. Oh, wow. Speaking of silly. So do I just kill Outland Boar? I only have 2, so not enough. I guess right now it's... What's the best way to do this? And the problem is that I can't block the Outland Boar with the Tezzeret, so I guess that it's just the Oval Chase or the Fen Hauler. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we just play Fen Hauler. If I get another land next turn, then I can both Metal Spinners and Daredevil. That seems okay. I want to get as many artifacts on the board as possible for Tezzeret. I'll walk into whatever this is. High Spire Infusion. Okay. Wanted to make them have it. I thought it was worthwhile. Go Puzzle Knot. Bottom the Watchful Automaton? Yes. I wanted to play the Puzzle Knot here because I want to get Tezzeret online and just be able to minus to kill that. I could just play Daredevil and try and offer a trade, but this seems pretty good too. Night Market Guard. Night Market Guard's actually okay. 3 power blocker for a Brazen Scourge isn't the worst thing. Plus, they might have another Outland Boar. We've only seen 1 in a game, but that doesn't mean that they don't have 2, and they've just been drawing different ones in the other games. So I'm going to keep that on top. Having 3 power to block that seems somewhat important. And I'm going to crack the Cogworkers to get the stockpile trigger. Playing with fire, going down to 5 life here. But hopefully that'll work out. Keep putting it on top. I have a lot of artifacts, so Tezzeret's going to be good. The big thing is I just need to kill this Outland Boar and not have them have anything too insane afterwards. Oh, that's not good. That's no good at all. I really don't want to lose servos, though. Because that's what's going to let me activate Tezzeret. I could block with the servos on the Brazen Scourge and try and kill it, but then I might not be able to kill the Outland Boar. If I... Yeah. So I think that we just have to do that. Chandra's Pyrohelix, 1 to each. That still gives me enough to be able to minus and kill the Outland Boar. So I'm alright with that. That's the really important thing. So kill the boar. I can attack with 1. I want to leave back all 4. But I can sacrifice one of them to the hidden stockpile. And just re-get it right away. Yeah, we'll bottom that. Next turn, I'm probably playing the Oval Chase. I probably should have gotten it down earlier rather than just trying to pump out a bunch of artifacts and just try to trade with the Outland Boar. Oh, they didn't attack? That seems really weird. So I'll go Metal Spinners. Minus the Tezzeret to kill the Brazen Scourge, and then play Daredevil? That's a weird choice. Thought that they would have been okay trading it for all of our servos just because of the Tezzeret. You want us to have less artifacts so we can't kill your things over and over. Kind of my general thought on that. I should be able to start attacking. Ooh, baby! Tezzeret wins us the game. Opponent scooped. 5 color. It's a thing. We're making it a thing. We're bringing it back. I can't believe we're 1-0 right now. I feel like our opponent could have had a really good chance to win that game, but man, once Tezzeret gets going, it's pretty powerful. Not very unlikely with Hidden Stockpile, Daredevil, and Tezzeret in play. That's a pretty insane trifecta. Every single time something dies, we get an artifact, so that'll just keep bringing back the Daredevil. More artifacts means Tezzeret gets better. Tezzeret also makes artifacts to keep rebuying Daredevil. Like, it's just kind of an insane circle of value off of all of those. So really, really sweet little combo. Managed to lock our opponent out and win ourselves a match. Let's go to game 2, and very excited for trying to get like a positive win percentage out of this deck, because this is quite a deck. Alright, round 2, here we come. We would love to play first, and we'd love to draw well. Let's try and do both of those things. Well, it looks like we are. This is fantastic. All 4 colors of mana because of the Renegade map. Bastion Inventor is great. Hold off on Renegade map for a couple turns, because if we draw an island, then we can just power out the Bastion Inventor a lot faster. And we can play everything else very easily. This is really good. Opponent also mulliganed. Are we doing it?